So one of the challenges people have with the thought leadership content is you're trying to tell too many stories. Like, keep it focused. Why I wanted to be a police officer when I was, 8 to 12 was because I got lost. Just run with your personal name. The best option. That skill set will serve you for life. My man.
Hey, Evan, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Yeah. Where's home for you?
So I'm in Virginia.
All right. Cool.
In Virginia. So I've been following you for some time now. On YouTube is where I connected with you first. I guess most people connect with you on there. And first off, I just love your heart, man, for serving people and wanting to help people. This past week, I've been connecting with you a lot, doing your League of Legends, kind of talking with you there a little bit. It was pretty cool. Awesome stuff you're putting out. Little backstory on me, and then I guess we can kind of jump into to whatever, I guess. So I've always wanted to be a police officer since I was 3 years old. Always had the desire, that passion. Actually went to college, got out of college, became a police officer in 2009. So I've been serving as a police officer since then. Okay. And I'm actually in a position now where I'm recruiting. So finding other people who have the servant heart to really want to serve for the right reasons. The big part I love about the job is coaching people and seeing people better their lives. Mm-hmm. Obviously the job, a lot of people see it as, writing tickets, taking people to jail, which is obviously we have the authority to do that, kind of the only ones that have the authority to do that. There's so many other facets of the job. It's really connecting and seeing people at their darkest moments and help lifting them up. And that's what I really enjoy about the job. And now in the recruiting aspect, again, like I said, just finding people with the right heart to really want to serve people for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really connecting with you today because for years now, I have been dabbing in trying to start up my own coaching business, helping people with their confidence and their mindset, and really going for their dreams and not what society or their parents or someone else has given them. Mm-hmm. My journey of becoming a police officer, obviously I told everyone growing up knew that I wanted to be a police officer. Not everyone was like, yeah, go do it. Most people, my family was always loving and supportive. But one of the things I've realized with some people is that they kind of have blockers because they try to appease to their parents or the people around them. And I think naturally that's what we tend to do a lot of times. Mm-hmm. So really, question for you is trying to help me with some clarity on some like basic things like naming the business. I got a domain with my name, duprefoster.com. It's not active, but I did reserve that domain. So kind of going from there and getting started up.
Yeah, I think put it off your name, Dupree Foster.
Yeah. Okay.
It's simple. It's who you are, and what's great about it is you, as you change and evolve and grow, your business can change and evolve and grow with you. Mm-hmm. When I first started my website, I put it at evancarmichael.com. This is I don't know how many years ago, but I put it at evancarmichael.com because I don't know, it's just me. It's me speaking and little stuff. I sold my business and I was getting asked to speak. Mm-hmm. It was just super personal. And then I built up a giant page of articles, and we had 100,000 plus pages of content on the website. And I wish that I remember kicking myself, wishing that I called it like smallbusinesstips.com. But then, a couple of years after that, I realized, no, it's actually much better that it's off my name because my website can be whatever is a current reflection of me. Mm-hmm. So, right now it might be confidence coaching and maybe even focus on helping police officers get more confidence or teaching them the skills of how to deal with people when they're going out into the field. In 5 years, it might be something else. Like it may not be around confidence, may still be part of it, but it may not be the whole thing.
Right.
So call yourself like the confidentpoliceofficer.com or something. Mm-hmm. This may not be what you want to still be doing in 5 years. And so you've kind of lost the brand. So just put it off your name. Super easy. If you got it already, put it everywhere. Just run with your personal name. It's the best option.
Okay. And so I've been trying to figure out, I know for my screen name for Instagram, I've had an Instagram account for a while, never really used it too much until here recently. And I wanted it to be my name, but someone else has already taken that. Mm-hmm. So right now I have it, my name _ Foster, obviously. I'm not sure do you think it would be better if I would set it up as the screen name being something more focused on what I'm talking about or doing, or what's your take on that?
The same thing, and put it off your name, right? So maybe you can contact the guy and buy the account. maybe it's not expensive. You never know. Or you have your friend reach out instead of you reaching out, because you're obviously Dupre Foster. He's Dupre Foster. There's a little fight over who's the real Dupre Foster. Please stand up. Yeah, have somebody else reach out and just see what he would sell it for. I've bought a couple accounts for friends of mine before, just reaching out. The guys who print this, right, with like the logos and all this here in my hometown of Toronto, it's called Toronto Tees, and somebody else had the account and didn't do anything with it, just kind of sat on it. And so I reached out and said, hey, I'd love to, if you're not using the account, I'd love to buy it if you're up for it. Negotiated a price, bought it, and just gave it to the guy as a gift. So like, thank you for making all my merch. Here you go. Here's the account. So that may happen. You know Brendan Burchard?
I do, yep.
Okay, so Brendan, friend of the channel, he wanted Brendan.com for years, and somebody else got it. And he just basically found out who it was, and every 6 months would email them and say, hey, I'm still interested if you want to sell. Hey, I'm still interested if you want to sell. And eventually, after 3 years or something, I forget what the exact is, but he got it. So now Brendan.com goes to Brendan Burchard. If this other Dupre Foster Instagram is not super active or not using it, and there's a chance for you to get it, I would look at that first.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can have dot, you can have underscore, you can have Dupre Foster official, you can have there's a bunch of other, but I wouldn't put it like you've got 911 and yours.
Yeah. So
the police angle, but like if you keep doing confidence stuff for the next 20 years, maybe the 911 part isn't even, it's part of the backstory, but maybe it's not even part of what you're really doing anymore.
Yeah. So I just recently actually changed that a couple of days ago. So it was Foster 911. I changed it to Dupre_Foster.
Okay. Good. Perfect. I love it.
Okay. So that's going in the right direction, I guess, a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I try to get it if you can just stay in touch with that guy and try to DM and reach out, see who he's following. If there's anybody there who you might be able to make a contact with and say, hey, like if he's following me, for example, I'm happy to reach out and say, hey,
okay,
you want to sell your account, right? And you never know. Yeah, you never know. So, but until then, like, yeah, underscore you can use across. Underscore or dot are usually the two most common ones.
Okay. So just recently also started a YouTube channel, kind of getting started up. Obviously, a lot of stuff has been kind of following you and seeing your growth over the years. One of my things with, I guess, I started out with doing just weekly posts at least. I set a goal for starting in November of last year to a weekly post of at least putting in one video up each week. I've kind of pretty much stayed consistent with that, but kind of figuring out, I guess, honing in on the types of videos I should be doing, because I want to use this, I think, more so as a expression of who I am, but also towards the business side of it. Does that make sense? So really just bringing value when we want to serve people. Any pointers on like how to, I don't know, kind of decide on topics, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a bunch of different types of content for you. The three that'd be most relevant are thought leadership content. That's you talking to camera. That's you sharing. If you're going to talk about confidence, you're going to give me your 7 ways to be more confident and hit all my goals in 2021.
Okay.
And then inside the 7 ways are your whatever your 7 ways are. You've got your methodology. Great. And so the template is inbuilt to serve.
Oh yeah. I haven't gotten there yet, but
okay. So like, I know you're in the Readers Club with Zane, so you'll get there. Like, follow the template. It's called the Perfect Thought Leadership Template, and it teaches you how to make a great thought leadership video. And Zane will coach you through it too afterwards, inside the Readers Group and all that. But that's one style of content that you should be doing 1 video a week of that. I know that's maybe a couple weeks ahead for where you're at, but even if you want to skip ahead just to see the template. Okay. And then just try to follow it. And then when you catch up and get there, you'll have a lot more knowledge, and Zane can give you more insight into it, so it's more rich. I would skip ahead just to see the template and try to practice it, even if it may not fully make sense because you're skipping ahead in the book. But it's worth it to start. That's a muscle that you just got to start developing and practicing. 2 would be interviews. So who can you interview on your channel that you can then turn into a video. Like you could take this video, download it, turn it into a YouTube video.
Okay.
Right? Like I do this every day, so we don't take every video and turn it into something. But when I go live on Instagram, some of our videos turn it into YouTube videos. You just have to turn it, like we're like this right now, and YouTube's like this. So you just have to put you on one side and me on the other instead of us on top of each other, right? Pretty simple editing. Or whatever. You want to learn that, just release it as a vertical video,
All right.
But you start doing interviews. You start doing interviews with people and you talk about the things that you care about, that your audience would care about: confidence, strategies, habits, routines, all that kind of stuff, service. Mm-hmm. And then you look at who, once you get a guest, like if you take this video and put it to your YouTube channel as an interview, you then look at anybody who's following me. Mm-hmm. And we've got a couple 100,000 people follow me on Instagram. You look at anybody in there who's interesting to you, and then you DM them and say, hey, we had Evan Carmichael on. Do you want to come on?
Okay.
And they know me because they're following me, right? I mean, other people may not know who I am, right. But other people will. So you continue to use that strategy to get other people on your show.
Okay.
And that should be ideally a weekly series too, of you doing interviews talking about confidence, or service, or habits, or routines, or like the things that you care the most about.
Okay.
And then the third series is coaching. I want to see you coaching. If you're a coach, I want to see you coaching.
All right.
Just because you can make a good thought leadership video following follow the template, make a great video, have a great interview, doesn't mean that you're a good coach. Mm-hmm. I think you'd be a great coach. And just knowing a little bit about your story and seeing how you interact in our live sessions and through the work that you've already done in the police department. The best police are coaches.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just about, okay, you broke the law, here's a ticket. Like that's the most boring part of police work. Yeah. It's actually helping people when nobody else is willing to help them. Mm-hmm. Police are the people you call when nobody else knows what to do or to help, and you're often brought into like the worst situations.
Oh yeah.
Why I wanted to be a police officer when I was 8 to 12 was because I got lost when I was a kid. I was like 6, 7 years old. I got lost. Uh-huh. I was, we were in a park or something on a vacation on a little trip, and I got lost. I didn't run away like I was trying to get away from my parents. I was just exploring, and then I got lost. Oh. And I didn't know where my parents were. I didn't know where my family was. I was like freaking out, 6, 7-year-old. And then a police officer found me in the park. And, I don't really remember the whole conversation ever, but it was a woman, and she made me feel safe and comforted. And like, she finds me crying and freaking out and calms me down, and then takes me to eventually find my parents, who then were freaking out that like, oh my God, we lost our son. You're dealing with people in like the worst moments. Mm-hmm. So after that, for the next couple of years, I thought all police officers were women. That's how my like 6-year-old brain worked.
Yeah.
And that police officers were like the best, yeah. Like they saved my life, Yeah. So yeah, I know a lot of police officers in the media kind of get a bad rap for, you just see all the violence and the negativity, but most of the police work is that kind of stuff, is service based, is just trying to help people in their worst moments. So if you've done that and now you're recruiting people, like you've already had the life experience going through to know if you can deal with people in their worst moments, you can help people who are more balanced or open to it through regular confidence coaching. So I want to see you coaching. I want a series a week of you coaching. I want you to bring people. Instagram is just the easiest way to do it. Uh-huh. That you bring somebody in live like this. Yep. Have you done Instagram? You did one with Zane, didn't you?
I did one with Zane Friday. Actually, what was it? Wednesday of last week. Uh-huh. Off the YouTube thing with you, and then last night Zane and I did one together.
Okay, there you go. Well,
one scheduled tonight, just with someone that I know. So tonight at 9:30. So.
Yeah, so you book so Zane is fun. Zane also does his own style of confidence coaching. And it's great that you guys are kind of bouncing doing that. You can definitely take that video and do something. In that, I don't care as much about Zane's viewpoint or opinions. I care about yours, right? If it's your channel, it doesn't mean you can't have Zen on there, but it's more about, I want to see you coaching. And then I'd start the book. Like I'd keep, that's a Monday show with Zane, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So I'd keep the Monday show with Zane, and then I'd have my own show. Whatever works, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like you pick your schedule, or Tuesdays, and you book people in who want help. Not just a conversation, but who want help. It's like, hey, I can help you with your confidence. I do free coaching on Instagram that turns YouTube videos that hopefully can inspire some people as well. And so if it's free, then it's public. And if it's private, then it's paid. So some people will like this guy. This Dupre guy, I've never heard of him, but he's speaking to me, you know, like as he's coaching that person, I see myself in them. I want to talk to him, but I don't want it to be Instagram or YouTube. Hey, Dupre, can I hire you? Do you have a service? Right? I say, yeah. Right. So that's how you start to build it into a business. So if it's public, then it's free. And if it's private, then it's paid. Now you start getting paid to be a coach. So it's getting a roster of people to come in who need help, who want your feedback. And you just start booking those yourself. Okay. So anybody, I know your account is kind of just getting started, but anybody who does follow you on Instagram, anybody who does like or comment on any of your posts, anybody who maybe joins in on Zan's live stream, right? You message them and say, hey, if you want to join me for free live, I'll help you with whatever you need help with next Thursday at 8 p.m., whatever works, right? Yeah, and then you start booking your first guests. And then eventually it just takes over, right? Like if you didn't join live here, we booked this, right, in advance. But if you didn't join here, there's a whole bunch of people who want to join in live and ask questions, right? So, but at the beginning, even me, I booked my own first 5 people for my Instagram show.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you book your first, right? And if they're friends, if there's anybody on an email list, if it's people, even if you think about in the force that you've trained or helped or any of that stuff, people who would be willing to come on to where it's a genuine coaching session, is a good chance for you to show off your coaching chops and the value. The fourth one I'd add in actually maybe for you to think about is mentoring. Okay. And this is the difference for me between mentoring and coaching is that coaching is a one-off. The coaching, when you bring somebody in like this, right? I may not see you again on Instagram Live, you know, like tomorrow somebody else and the next day somebody else and I'll see you on YouTube. This is coaching. The mentoring is if there's somebody who you really jive with, who is just, when you start coaching, I'm sure you've already seen it in the department, where you've got some people just, they love hearing from you. They love your feedback. You love them because you know they go and take action on the things that you say. And it's so rewarding. Like the biggest reward for a mentor is to see the mentee actually do something, right? Not just listen and then walk away. It was like, no, they did the thing. You told them to do that. It was scary. They did it. And then they came back and said, Dupre, I did it. Next. And so that's what I'm mentoring. That could be a show where you have the same person coming back either every week or every 2 weeks or every month. And you're now helping them get to the next level. Right? Yeah, so I'd love to see that consistent content coming out of you more often. It doesn't have to take a ton of time, right? Especially in a live setting. You know, a 25-minute call is a 25-minute show. The thought leadership template is more work. You know, it's more work, but worth it. I mean, the ability to deliver a concise message in front of the camera will serve you for life. Whether, you know, in 10 years YouTube's here or not, it's going to, that skill set will serve you for life. So it's worth developing. The coaching is usually the easiest spot because you already know how to coach. Right. You already know how to help people. Yeah. You may not be a star yet when you turn on the camera and the lights are there and you're kind of memorizing a message, but for coaching, you know what you're doing. So while you're developing the thought leadership muscle, you're leaning into what you're already great at, which is coaching, which will be the start of your business anyway. Coaching. Right. Like that's the easiest starting point. People pay you for coaching.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things I draw from too is like as a kid, I was super shy. Teachers used to send notes home to my parents. I need to talk more and those types of things. Terrified of public speaking. And so I see in my life and how it's changed over the years. A lot of people see me now as a recruiter, and it's like, well, it's a journey. Like everyone starts somewhere. And with me, there's a lot of like challenges that I had to overcome and kind of grow through. And so really just putting that back out there for people, because I think sometimes, a lot of times we see people in the exterior. It looks like they have it going on, everything's put together, but everyone has a story that we may not know about, or a challenge, something they've grown through. So really just putting it out there for other people to understand that, hey, you can do it too. It just takes some work. So.
Yeah, and mixing your story into all the content is super helpful. The key part is figuring out what part of the story you bring into which piece of content.
Okay.
So one of the challenges people have with the thought leadership content is you're trying to tell too many stories. Like, keep it focused. This video is about confidence. So I need your best confidence story.
Okay.
I don't need everything. People have a hard time narrowing it down. You have so much information. It's great, but that's a different video. And that one is a different video. Instead of trying to mush them all into one, and then it doesn't hit home as hard.
Makes sense.
Your confidence video, you have your go-to confidence story. And your shy video, you have your go-to shy story. Your public speak, like how to be a public speaker, or how to get over your fear of public speaking. That's a video. That's its own video.
Yeah.
And then you have a story. I'm sure you got like 8 stories at least. Public speaking, and the first time you had to go and do public speaking, or maybe you're even nervous for this before going live here, and and what did you do? Right? It's not just what happened in the past; it's also what's happening now. Right? Like what are you up against? Where are you struggling? And how can people learn from it? Because I think confidence is the willingness to go and do the thing that you're afraid to do. Yeah. So it's not just showing how you used to be nervous and shy and did it, but right now, like whatever right now you're nervous or afraid to do, letting people in to say, guys, I'm super scared about doing this thing. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. I'm going to make a thought leadership video on YouTube, and it's probably going to suck. You know, my first one. But you know what? I'm gonna post it anyway to show. This guy's so pissed at Zen for deleting his videos. Because like, don't delete. What's the message, right? Only put out perfect stuff. No, like I want to see the journey. Right. Show you being nervous making a video, then go make the video, then go watch it back and see how much you cringe watching yourself back, right? Yeah. And then go make a better one tomorrow. To see the journey, right? I want to look back and see where you started and how. So anyway, you've already done a lot and you can have that experience, but I think the vulnerability of sharing what you're currently struggling with and how you're currently suffering, and what you're currently worried about, and then the willingness to go and do it anyway, is going to be an inspiration to people to want to follow you and say, hey, if Dupre's willing to go for that crazy thing, I can go do my thing too.
That's good. I like that. Cool. Hey, last thing. So real quick, back to the business name part. I know DupreFoster.com, I have that domain. For the actual business name, would I just Dupre Foster would be the business name? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, mine is Evan Carmichael Communications Group, Inc. I mean,
okay. I got you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, Dupre Foster, Inc., whatever. Dupre Foster Enterprises, Dupre Foster. I think I saw somebody, it might have been Tony Robbins, I don't remember. Somebody else had Communications Group, Inc., and it sounded professional, and I was 22 or something. I said, okay, Evan Carmichael Communications Group, Inc. But like nobody can, apart from where do they write the checks to, you know, like when they're sending a check or a wire transfer or something, they need to know the official company name. But otherwise, nobody cares what the name is. Yeah.
Cool.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
You feel bad that you want to sell something to help people?
Yeah.
Journal needs to be up in 30 days.
It'll be there. That's my word to you. It'll be there.